Your father had one, you might have started on one, and if you've had any toolroom experience at all, you've most definitely come across them before. Track Machine Tools and the ProtoTrack line of conversational CNC mills. Southwestern Industries was a manufacturing outfit producing precision machining accessories among other products out in Compton, California for decades. When in the 1980s, CNC technology started to come to market. A bit of tinkering here, a whole lot of engineering there, and the first track machine tool was born.
So these guys are our toolroom machinists at the time in the 80s. They're the people who are responsible for the invention of the ProtoTrack. And they're responsible for the invention of the ProtoTrack because they refused to use our 3-axis CNC. And through our frustration with trying to get them to use the product, knowing they were the most expensive, most skilled, most valuable people in our shop, through our frustration, it forced us to rethink what we were asking them to do. And so the ProtoTrack was born of a realization that the CNC was too much automation for those people, and what they really needed was something completely under their control that would eliminate the drudgery of rotary tables and special setups and returning to the same hole for drills and things like that. We eliminated the drudgery with the automation, but didn't force them into another level of automation. These are some of the history of our products. These are a few. This is our first PC-based product introduced in '92. All the way through our current technology of products which we're producing in our factory right now.
Producing in your factory right now?
Producing in our factory right now.
Can we take a peek?
Let's go.
Let's take a look. Southwest Industries, or Track Machine Tools as it is now known, has grown into a CNC producing juggernaut, building machining centers right here in California. Starting right from the bottom, the physical electronics are designed and assembled in this area, before the Track conversational programming software everyone loves is uploaded.
We're basically making computers, so ProtoTrack is just a special computer. We do integrate software packages from partners, but we write the software, we do all of the design and the manufacturing. We have our surface mount line here where we're stuffing our own PC boards. We love making things in the US, and we manufacture as much as we can. The ProtoTrack's a very unique product. We couldn't rely on someone who didn't understand a machine shop the way we do to make a ProtoTrack.
Now I hear my favorite sound in the world
Exactly.
up here. I hear chips being made, spindles turning.
The smell of coolant in the morning.
Now I'm gonna say that I'm not surprised, but impressed that what I see is track machines making more track machines.
For the most part, yes.
So you guys took your job shop experience over the decades and transitioned into now production machining for your own machines.
For our own machines, yeah. So the only thing we make in our machine shop is our own parts for our own machine tools.
Now I have to point out these here. These little machines here, guys, if you haven't seen these, the VMC2s, these things I think are gonna be so useful for you in your shop. I call them a phone booth machine, but you can literally stack, 4 of these in the space of one of those if you wanted to, have one guy run 4 of them, and they're getting all the production out of it they need.
It's that lean basic principle. The fewer footsteps that you have, the more productive somebody can be.
And it looks like you guys are putting that into effect right here. You guys have full VMCs right now doing really precise work, making parts all day long.
What we're looking at here, Ian, is lights out manufacturing. And it's synonymous with running unattended. So, and lights out means we can actually get 2 more shifts during the day. Normally we run 8-hour shifts, 7 to 3:30. But we actually get more machining time when we're not here. A typical machine like this can run 20 hours a day. And we use 4 hours to tend it, to take the good parts off, inspect the parts that have come off, and get it chips cleaned out, coolant replenished, tools replaced, and hit start again. This is an example of a part that we're running on here. It's called the body hand wheel. Looks something like this, that we used to run on 3 different machines. Side 1 on a lathe, side 2 on a lathe, and then to do the milling operations, we put it on a mill. And now we run it over here with 3 vices, doing all 3 operations at once.
That's crazy. So those are those pneumatic vices?
Yes, they are.
Those are pneumatic
Yes.
release vices.
Correct.
Wow, that's absolutely insane. you've got a pallet there with, I'm guessing, around 30 parts. How long is that going to take to do those 30 parts, if that's 30 parts?
What we normally do is when we change over in the mornings, we'll hit go again. And at the end of the day, it's almost done.
Wow.
And we will reload it again and come back in the morning and it's all done.
This thing is just a production powerhouse.
And we're not really trying to replace our people. What we're trying to do is repurpose them. And it puts us at a competitive advantage. And that is key in this industry. We're competing with everyone else. And the only way you could do to be more competitive is to come up with innovative ways to be more efficient.
And of course, you guys are going to keep using tracks to make more tracks.
Keep on tracking, baby.
Now, what am I seeing up here? This is some kind of, oh, it's showing all the machines in here right now.
This is my world, okay? I want my virtual twin of the machine. I need an offline programming system to write my programs and debug my programs. I want to see what's going on in the shop. It's just basically a simple dashboard with all the machines in the shop, particularly the ones that are running and then the ones that are essentially red. And so now I can basically move everything forward because I know how to spend my time.
So this here, do I have to be limited to my desktop here? Is this at the office?
Oh, no. I work at home a lot, and this is what I see on my phone.
And that's live right now.
That is live, the same information.
So no matter where you are, I have an eye into my shop, and not only an eye into my shop, I have an eye into what the machines are actually doing.
Right. So we devised a system for most of our customers who are like small to medium shops. So you can see here, we connected up to these wall plugs, and then basically if you follow the wires, they go out to the shop, and there's hubs for about every 5 machines, and then basically every 5 machines connect up to these hubs.
And these are machines that are not traditionally set up for this technology.
Yeah.
These are in some cases, manual machines that were retrofitted.
Right.
And they can still connect to this.
Oh, yes.
So especially when you have, one person working on, and they're on cell 32. Right. I can pull up, hey, let's see how Joe down on the floor or Sarah down on the floor is going.
Exactly.
And I can see, well, hey, actually, their machines are running. Hey, there's something going on with this machine. Even if they haven't come to tell me, I can say, oh, there's something wrong with that machine, or something is going bad on this job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the track philosophy that I keep seeing and keep liking. It's making it so anybody can understand it. It's making it affordable and easy to install.
Yes.
How do you not win with that? And going from legacy systems, I see some stuff over here that is most decidedly not legacy.
Yeah.
You guys have robots in here.
Yep. Yeah. So this is our partial automation cell, where we think the secret to productivity for most of the kind of shops that we deal with, we think this is the killer application, where you have a partially tended cell that enables an operator to spend a little bit of time keeping his eye on the cell and tending to the cell, but then presses the button, walks away, and you get hours of cycle time for your few minutes of labor.
So semi-automation is when a human worker and a robot worker can co-operate the cell, the machine cell, or the machine itself, whatever it is that you have in your own shop. Some of the benefits of the semi-automation is that the cost efficiency. It's probably a lot less expensive than the full automation. You don't have a huge hog coming into your shop, and it's just partial automation, so you really only need this table, the robot, and the machine itself. You don't need a whole cage. The safety on these robots are a lot higher, so you're able to be within the robot itself. These robots are very sensitive. A slight bump or anything, it'll stop the robot and say, hey, something's wrong. You can kind of pick and choose what do you want it to be automated. Like, I want this part to be automated, but this I want to intervene here. I want to do that manually. That's semi-automation as well too. So there's a lot of human intervention. Like, say you want to run only 20 parts,
right?
And then you want to come in and check your tools. You say, hey, run 20 parts, come check your tools. It can pause. You can pause it at 20 or whatever it is that you want to do. Come in, check your tools out, stop it yourself, load it, make sure everything's going good. Yeah, it's good. Hit continue, and it'll keep going. There's room for that.
Would you recommend this kind of system for someone looking to get into automation, or is this a more advanced solution?
Yeah, no, I feel like this is a great transition into fully automation. Like, say the company's not ready for full automation, doesn't have the funds or doesn't have the resources just to go for it, or even the need to go full automation. this is a perfect way to get started. This is a perfect way to try it out. Does it work for you? And you didn't go spending this whole amount of money and you know what, automation is not for me.
Now you guys have a lot of machines running in here, and the one thing I see you guys have here, it's repeated over and over again, almost like a pattern. Cells, cells, cells. You got machines facing machines, you got machines close together.
We believe in a cell situation for our labor. What we do is, because you cannot run a machine 100% of the time anyways, you've got load, unload, setup, you'll never get your spindle utilization to 100%. So one of the things that we do is we normally have 4 machines to a cell. And I preach to the guys, I go, if you run 3 of my machines, half the time each, I can get 150% spindle utilization out of one labor.
And that's only about half the time.
That's only half
worst
the time.
case scenario.
So I'm giving them a lot of grace, because there are other things. They do need a bathroom, a coffee or whatever, and then clean up, adjustment. So there's time that's not accounted for, so I give them that room. But with 150%, we're able to gain productivity and profit and stay competitive in domestic market. Well, normally we'll have a couple of primary machines, the bigger machines, the VMCs in this case, where we do our major part of the part. We have a larger table, we have multiple setups up. They run for a long cycle time when he lets it go.
Right.
Now, we use the smaller machines to do secondary operations. Part has a little 1/4-20 hole on the side. Instead of tying up the VMC, a big expensive piece, we fulfill it here. It doesn't go into a queue waiting for the next machine available.
Right.
He's able to complete his parts in one cell. And normally he's running multiple parts here. A lot of times he can do 1 or 2. So it allows him that catch-up period.
And especially with these small tables, the nice thing about small tables, short travel, very fast cycles.
Fast
so you don't need
cycles.
to be able to fit 10 parts on here.
And the simplicity of it, because generally speaking, again, it's a secondary point. So it doesn't have a lot of features, a lot of tools. Boom, 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 boom. You're there.
When it comes to putting together these kind of cells, you have these really nice phone booth machines. Do you see a lot of shops leaning in this direction right now when they're putting these cells together? Or is this something you guys are kind of burning the way on, leading the path for?
Interesting story on this, because these are very mobile machines.
Yes.
You pick them up with a pallet jack and move them to where your work is. So initially, I was given 1, 2 machines. I started incorporating it into the cell. And they yelled at me, why am I not moving them? I go, because as soon as I move it over there, I've got the next job here that needs it. So we have wound up with these machines in each cell. They don't take up a lot of space. Yeah. If we need to, we can move it, but we need them constantly because I've totally captured it into our manufacturing method.
Right.
So now I have them everywhere. This doesn't take up that much real estate, but it supports your major tools
Absolutely.
very well.
Now this is really cool to me because I see something very classic. You know, I feel like everybody has seen these things in their shops, in the shop they started at, in their dad's shop, in their uncle's shop, in their grandmother's shop. There are machines that look like this, but I've never seen so many brand new ones lined up, ready to go. What are we looking at here?
Well, this is finished inventory, ready to go to customer. We still have a very good market for this kind of design.
Absolutely.
Schools love them. A lot of very high-end, sophisticated tool rooms and R&D centers still use the knee mill because of its flexibility. We automate it with either the KMX ProtoTrack or the RMX ProtoTrack. Still sell quite a lot of these.
And one thing I gotta point out, when we were in Connecticut 2 years ago, we were at one of the higher end, they do a lot of aerospace, very, very tight tolerance stuff.
Yeah.
They had more of these than you could count. They
Yeah.
they still use these things every single day to make extremely high, tight tolerance parts.
Yeah.
Now you guys got everything from this style. This is essentially just a bigger, larger style.
These machines are great for heavier work pieces, bigger travels, heavier cuts. So it's kind of a preference thing. We've eliminated a lot of the inherent motion of the knee mill by having it on a nice bed frame. And it can also be a 3-axis configuration more comfortably than a knee mill because this whole ram moves up and down.
Okay.
You still have manual control of the quill. So it's just really the ultimate tool room milling machine.
All right, now where are we here? This looks more like a laboratory than a factory back here, Steve.
That's a good observation. This is a startup company that we're partnering with. We're just trying to understand this whole customer journey in whether it's automation in a very simple way or automation in a highly advanced way. So this will be a single piece, fully automated cell using 3 different machines and a robot on a rail to service the machines.
And I'm guessing by the presence of a Mitutoyo there, some kind of QA also
That's right.
integrated in that system.
That's right, yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
It's really an impressive undertaking here.
I feel like every time I look at Track, there's something brand new coming out. What's really driving this kind of push for innovation for you guys? What's making you take these big swings?
Well, our mission is to be producing transformative technology that fits the way our customers run their shops. And we're all in this very transformative time in the waves of technology called Industry 4.0 just coming at us from all these different directions. And we know that our part of that is to understand that in a very fundamental way, break it down for people who need to make these investments, but need to make investments that are affordable, have a payback that starts pretty quickly, and really the kind of things they use in their shop, they need to understand themselves. They can't depend on outsiders to come in and run their next job for them. So we know we have to take that journey ourselves. The same way we accidentally took the journey back with those toolroom machinists, we're very intentionally going down this path.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You know, it started from a place of simple, affordable, but powerful, and now translating that philosophy into, live tooling lathes, into some of the really bigger VMCs and even the smaller machines. It's all following that same kind of philosophy. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. ProtoTrack is a very personal experience for people, and we go in personally to make sure that our customers know how to run our products, and that has been a really big key to our success.
This is the kind of company that's still really cool to see. One that stays committed to doing what brought them success by doing it really, really well, but also innovating on that technology and skill set to push the envelope of what's possible in manufacturing.